Hello Aries, welcome to your love reading for mid-December to mid-January. This is a general reading. If you would like more depth in what's being shown here, I would suggest you look at your moon sign and rising sign as well, and that may give you more detail and depth as well as this reading. The first spread that I've got here is for Aries that are married, partnered, in a relationship with a significant other. And then after that, I will do another spread for all you single Aries and see what's going on for you as well. Okay, so what I've got here is, what comes across as you, the significator, is the Queen of Coins. And so it really is about you being quite grounded, having very sure footing, knowing what you want, where you're headed, feeling quite confident, feeling quite secure in the situation, in your relationship. So you're feeling quite secure in your relationship and where you are at. Okay, where you are at. You've got a whole lot of new ideas about the direction of the relationship. I also want to say to you, there's a lot of processing, there's a lot of thinking. It's like you're thinking about putting some changes in place in the relationship, how things are done, what's happening, choices that are being made. Maybe it's about the amount of work you're doing in the relationship as opposed to the amount of work your partner's doing, and that needs to be looked at, needs to be rebalanced. So they're things that you haven't actually voiced yet, but you are thinking about, you are processing. So it's something that you've been mulling over and processing. So it's all about to come to the surface, it's all about to come to the surface. They are things that have been worrying you for a while, that you've sat and think, let's balance this out. What's happening here? How happy am I with this situation? What direction do I expect that it's going to be going in? There have been some issues. I feel like there's been some issues in the relationship, but it's not that you're going to just get rid of the relationship, because there is always something to build on. So you're holding on to what is there, the positive things in the relationship, things that you salvaged from the relationship. So whether it's been a little bit bumpy for some of you, things that have come up, and it could be these things that you're thinking, I have to change, changes that you want to put in place, could be met with some resistance, but you feel like, well, it's worth putting in the effort. It's worth making this work. It's worth coming to some compromise, some sort of an agreement here. Let's work together. So there is a real working together here to bring in these changes, albeit that there's some resistance as well, okay, that there's some resistance as well. The soul searching you've been doing is really about your shadow side, really about things that are buried and have been coming to the surface, things that have just been coming to the surface that you've been processing. And you will get to a point. So here you've got, the Page of Swords, which is thinking, planning, making those changes, writing out what you want, thinking about bringing in those changes and how they're going to work. The Knight of Cups is about the emotions that go with that. What's coming to the surface. Why are you putting these things in place? What's not sitting well with you? Okay, and it's like that's all going to be stirred and come to the surface. Knights generally are action. They're the doers. They do things. They put things in place, and they're action. So you will do that with compassion, with feeling, with emotion. So there is emotion there, even though you're wanting these changes put into place, and it has caused some situations and some problems. You're still going to be doing it, and you'll do it with compassion, with thought, with in putting it in place, which will be really very good, because they've you know, there have been situations, you know, this is a fiery sort of sign, you know, there've been battles, there's been confrontation, there's been arguments, there's been that, and you've learnt from that. And I want to say to you, you've learnt how to approach things with your partner, you've learnt how to bring things up, you've learnt how to get things discussed in the best possible way. So you've learnt all these lessons with what's gone on in the past, okay, with what's gone on in the past. You've also got the Ace of Pentacles, which is moving forward with confidence, with strong foundations. So I feel like there's going to be a little bit of the stirring of the pot here, but you will move forward. You will. There's a foundation there to move forward. There's new openings. There's new. You can build on it. Okay, you can build on it. There's going to be a new doorway that you're going to go through. Doing things differently so that they actually work for you. So they actually work for you for some of you. So it's going to be quite productive. I feel like for some of you that new doorway is not going to be all that you hoped it was going to be. It wasn't going to be as successful as you thought. Okay, so you've got the Knight of Coins here. So, you know, action will take place, and there's some of it, for some of you, it's not going to be as successful. It's not going to go in the direction you thought it would go in. And it's also about relinquishing some of that control and just letting things unfold rather than trying to control it all for that outcome. Okay, for that outcome. Yeah, look, I feel like Aries too, it's about you wanting control, you wanting things to go the way you want them to go. You want to have that control. You want to take charge. You want to have control of what's going on and how it's done. You want things done your way, okay? You want things done your way, which is going to stir a lot. It's going to stir a lot of things from the past. It's going to stir things up. It is going to stir things up. It is going to stir things up. I feel like it's time to stir those things up. I'm hearing it's time to stir those things up. It's time to introduce those into the relationship and clear the air, you know, move things on. I feel, you know, it's one thing that you fear here is it's going to stir a lot of emotion. Okay, you're not going to feel very comfortable in that. There's going to be a lot of emotional stirring, whether your partner is Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, or a very emotional person, and you're thinking, well, when I stir all this up, what is going to be stirred on an emotional level? What's going to come up? How is it going to go? How is the reaction? What's going to be the reaction? It's going to be accepted with some sort of difficulty. It's not going to be complete. I've got to be honest. It's not going to be completely smooth sailing. But it's about putting in the work. To have things balanced, and I feel like that's going to be the outcome. Okay, there's got to be some change in your partner. Okay, there's got to be some change. Things have to be viewed, you know, when you're viewing things this way, when you view things this way, you view them from a different perspective. So I want to say to you, you're going to start looking at, you and your partner will look at things in with a different perspective, and that will create a balancing of what you're hoping for, you know, a fairness and a balancing of the workload, okay, of the workload. So whether it is workload with children, with material work, work outside the home, work inside the home, input, there's going to be a balancing. There's going to be a balancing of that, because you're going to be talking about things that you've been harbouring, that you've been keeping for quite a while, okay? And so they're going to start coming up and out, and things will be judged and balanced. So things are going to be good. Things will work out well for you. Things are going to be good. Yeah, okay. I hope that's good for you, Aries. I think you know, process things and bring them up. so that they are suitable for everyone in the relationship. So that's what's going to go on over the next 4 weeks, over the next 4 weeks. It could be Christmas might be the trigger where one or the other is doing all the work and it needs to be looked at, it needs to be reviewed, there needs to be a fairness about it. That could be the trigger. Christmas is a trigger for a lot of things and a lot of emotions, and a lot of things come to the surface from the past with Christmas. It's good like that. Well, it's good, might be good, might not be good, but that's what generally happens around that time of year. So that's what will cause the review to happen, and come January there's a settling of all of that and a new understanding for both of you. So maybe you, Aries, need to do more around the house or around the place, or it could be your partner, or maybe both of you just need to review and swap things around a bit, make some changes. So make those changes, keep communication open, because the outcome will be good. It will bring a lot to the surface that needs to be addressed, which will only serve to strengthen a relationship. So that's fantastic. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to give a reading for all those wonderful Aries that are looking for love and relationship, a companion, whatever it is for you. Let's see what is going on there for you for the next 4 weeks. Okay, so let's just shuffle and we'll see what comes up for you. Okay, I do get, as they're telling me here while I'm shuffling, Aries, single Aries, single Aries, single Aries. There's a time of change around for you. Single Aries next 4 weeks. What's going on? What's going on? There's change in the air. Whoa, a lot of energy too. Look, the cards are flying out everywhere. Oh, lovely. Wow, this is the second sign that's got this, the Ace of Cups, which is new beginnings. New beginnings. Beautiful, Aries. I feel like there's a lot of change, a lot of activity, because the cards are falling all over the place for you, which is not happened in... This is the first time it's happening. They're not wanting to behave themselves. So there's a lot of activity around you as well, single Aries. So cash in on that. Cash in on that. Take charge. I feel like you're going to be responsible for creating a whole lot of social events, making a lot of planning, getting people organised. It's going to rest on your shoulders over the next 4 weeks, but that's a good thing. You're in your element when you're doing that. It's there's new opportunities, new doors opening for you on a romantic level as well, and you're ready for it. Oh, fabulous! It's just manifest. Stay out of your head. Don't stay in your head too long. Don't overanalyze. Just go with it. See what's being given to you, because there's a real balancing of what's around. Don't look beneath the surface too much, too, Aries. Sometimes just do things at face value. It is what it is. Who is this that's coming into Aries? Who's coming into Aries' life in the next 4 weeks? It's new beginnings. Let's see. Ooh. Okay. Very emotional person's coming. A very emotional person's coming. So don't party too much. You've got to take time out to have a rest, recover your energies as well. Okay, recover your energies as well. So what's around? First up, you've got the Ace of Cups. So the energy that's around in the next 4 weeks is really one of socializing, of connecting with people, having fun, just using that fiery passion that you've got to connect with people, to be the life of the party, to be happy, to meet new people, put yourself in situations where you're meeting new people as well. So there's all those opportunities are there for you, and the energy is absolutely fantastic for that to happen. And I feel like a lot of those outings, a lot of those social events are events that you're going to take charge of. You're going to plan. You're going to bring people together. You're going to do all of that. So I feel like that, and it's you're going to go forward in confidence. You're ready for this. You're ready for this new relationship. You're ready to have this happen and bring this person in. Because I feel like I'm also speaking a lot faster. I feel like I'm bringing in this passion and this excitement, and it's time. So they're certainly there. They're certainly there because you have done the work. You know exactly what you're looking for. You know what you want. You know what you want, and when you find it, you're just going to go for it because you have already put it under the magnifying glass. Okay, and you know that they're out there, and so you're going to bring it in. You're going to bring it in, and you're going to, move through that doorway. Everything you've learnt, you're good to go. You're good to go. You've learnt your lessons, and you're ready now. You're emotionally strong to go and meet someone. Go through that door. Have the courage to move through the door. To not necessarily know what's in front of you, but just go and enjoy the journey. So when you meet someone, don't be too much in your head about will it last? Am I going to get my heart broken? And how sincere are they? How far is it going? Don't do that. Just go and enjoy the journey and take that journey because you've learnt a lot. You've gained a lot of experience and knowledge. And so you have the confidence to be able to go forward, in this because it's going to bring a lot of, all your wishes, everything's going to be, it's there for you to enjoy what it brings, the richness it brings into your life. So enjoy that, enjoy that. Try not to be too much in your head. This is a warning of, when this relationship comes about, don't be too much in your head. Don't overanalyze it. Don't overthink it. Don't try and control the outcome. Just go along and enjoy the journey. Okay, so that's your forewarned is forearmed. Stay out of your head and just enjoy what it brings into your life because it's going to bring in this wonderful, wonderful, wonderful abundance. That you've got the death card at the bottom here, and that's simply that you've done the work. You're ready to move on. You've closed that door and you're ready to move on and embrace and accept what's coming into your life because it is coming in. Love is coming. Love is coming because you've done that. You've done the work. You've already done that. There's a balancing of it's your turn. There's a balance here. You're being given this opportunity. You've been given this opportunity. You've been through what you've been through. You've worked through it all, and now here's your rewards, and they're being offered to you. So it's being brought to you, which is absolutely fantastic, and here you've got the moon. So I feel like there's going beneath the surface in this. So your emotions are going to go beneath the surface and you're going to experience it a lot, much deeper love, a much deeper understanding of the self, of what you want, of where you're headed. And a peace in that tranquility. Okay, very, very positive, very positive. It's all about the love that's coming your way. That's abundance, that's fruitfulness, that's the love that's being given to you by the universe is love that you have worked for. You've done the work. You've processed past relationships, you've processed what you've learned, you've closed that door and you're moving forward and the universe is bringing you that abundance that in love that you now deserve. So it's come to fruition. All your work has come to fruition, and so there is that love coming to you. And I feel like it's the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is action, is someone coming to you. it's someone coming. Knights are courageous. They move. There's movement. It's something that's going to happen quickly. So they're either a Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer, or they are emotional. They bring with them a lot of wonderful emotion. They're not reserved. They're open. They're open and will stir. You know, they will also go beneath the surface. They go to the depths. So they'll take this relationship to the depths, which is, you know, absolutely wonderful, really lovely, you know. I feel like this person too will have, I feel like this person has got some sort of heartache associated with them. So whether they're coming out of a relationship or have been betrayed in a relationship, there is heartache around them. There is some sort of betrayal or deceit that's happened in, or whether they're coming out of a divorce. There's something that is in their past, because it comes after, you know, you will meet them after a period of recuperation. They've hibernated, they've recuperated, they've also done the work, so that they're coming out of that relationship, a bad experience, a bad relationship, after a time of recuperation, and that's when you will meet them. Okay, that's when you will meet them. So that's why they're deep. That's why they've got these deep emotions. You know, they're ready. They're ready. So they're going to come, and it's going to be wonderful. Okay, so that'll be really interesting. That'll be interesting for you. Okay, the next 4 weeks. So take charge. Be the organizer that you are, and bring it in. Organize these social events, because just, you know, the main card. You know, it's. Look at this. You know, the Ace of Cups. You're victorious. And it's after all your hard work. It's time for you to reap the benefits of it. So that's it over the next 4 weeks. So mid-January I'll do another love reading for you, and we'll see where you are at and where you've progressed to and what's going on around you. So enjoy. Happy New Year to you, Aries, and I will see you mid-January for your next love reading.